Hey, Elevate. So I'm excited. We are going to be starting our own very first grade Elevate YouTube page where you're going to see our Elevate first grade teachers teaching you different subjects. So bear with me today. I'm going to be working on math and I'm going to do a full math lesson today. And I'm going to use the PowerPoints like we usually do in class to help you guys follow along. So what you're going to need in front of you today to follow along is a paper, pencil, and if you have them, 4 straws. So if you don't have straws, you could use like toothpicks, you could use pieces of paper. You can cut paper, 4 pieces of paper, the same size. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to cut these straws because we're going to cut these straws to help us make shapes because that is our next module. So what I would like you guys to do is, if you need to, get these items, pause your video, but I'm going to show you how we're going to cut our straws or paper or break your toothpicks, whatever you're using. I'm going to show you what we need. So you need 2 of your straws to stay the same length and put them to the side. Then you need 1 of them. You're going to just cut in half, put them to the side. The next one you're going to cut in half, then keep 1 of the sides and cut that one in half again, okay? So this is your straw kit that you're going to be using, or whatever tools you're going to be using for this module 5 when we say to use your straws, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to get started with some quick fluency. I'm going to go back 1 slide real quick because I'm ahead of myself. So our lesson 1 is going to be that I can classify shapes based on defining attributes. So attributes is a big word of saying what they look like, or how you can describe them by the amount of sides they have, the corners that they have, or the vertices that we've also called them. So we've done a few things with shapes. So I want you guys to be able to describe shapes by their attributes by the end of this lesson. So what I'm going to have you guys do is, here is our Fluency Sprint. What you can do is you can get your paper and pencil. You can write the whole number sentence if you want to answer them, or you can just write in the answers on your paper. I'm going to have my timer come up, and I'm going to give you guys about 1.5 minutes to do these problems. So on your marks, get set, go. All right, go ahead, put your pencils down. You can write down the number that you got, that you've completed, and I'm going to go ahead and read you the answers. So go and track number 1. I'm going to just go down them so you guys know how to do this. We do it in class. So 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 3, 5, 9, 10, 3, 3, 7, 3, 3, 9, 4. 21 is going to be 5, 9, 7, 2, 9, 6, 3, 6, 6, and 2. Awesome. So we're going to do another one, and this is side B. So your goal is to do better than yourself, right? You're going to do better than yourself on this one. So same thing. I'm going to give you guys a minute and a half. Pencils up. We're ready. Set. Go. Alrighty, time is up. Put your pencil down. Put the number that you got completed on the top of your page. And I'll go ahead and read you the answers to track number 1. 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 3, 3, 7, 8, 3, 5, 6, 2, 2, 7, 4, 3, 9, 5, 4, 8, 3, 7, 2, 2, 3. Awesome. So I really hope that you guys did better than you did on the first time. And we're going to keep practicing with different fluencies. You can see I'm about to go scroll through a couple of them. These are ones that we're going to be using throughout Module 5. All right. So we're going to move into another fluency activity, make it equal. So what I'm going to do, instead of having this work with a partner right now, I'm going to flash 4 different numbers on the screen. Your job is to make equal expressions. So remember, an expression is just 2 numbers that you add together, and then you make it equal the other 2 numbers that you add together. So I'll show you an example. The first number I'm going to pop up, I have 9, 5, 5, and 1. I have to figure out what 2 numbers can I add together to make equal expressions. 9, 5, 5, and 1. So I'm going to use my whiteboard real quick. Let me get my whiteboard up. I have 9, oops, let me fix that. 9, 5, 5, and 1. Well, I know my facts. So I know that 5 plus 5, those 2 together are 10, right? So I cross that off. I know that 5 plus 5 will equal 9 plus 1 because 9 plus 1 is also 10. So my 2 sides are balanced. These are equal expressions. Okay, so you guys got the hang of this? I'm going to give you a couple more to flash and then share the answers, okay? All right. Power back up. So I have this one. We already said 5 plus 5 equals 1 plus 9. Next one. Think about it. For this one, I could say 9 plus 1 equals 10 plus 0 because both sides equal 10. Awesome. All right, next one. Maybe. There we go. You guys got this now. Yep. So you said 8 plus 2 equals 10 plus 0 because both sides equal 10. They're balanced, okay? Let me clear this. Your turn. Mm-hmm. 7 plus 3 equals 8 plus 2 because both sides equal 10. Next one. Well, you know, 5 plus 5 equals 10. So you can say 5 plus 5 equals 7 plus 3 because they both equal 10. Yes. So we have 6 plus 4 equals 10 and 7 plus 3 equals 10. So my equal expressions would be 6 plus 4 equals 3 plus 7. Last one. Figure out which ones will add up. Right. 8 plus 2 equals 4 plus 6. What you could have written in different ways, you could have said 6 plus 4 equals 2 plus 8. Doesn't matter the order because when you add, the order doesn't matter. All right. We're going to move into our application problem. I want you guys to think about, so I told you guys today we're going to be using straws, right? So this application problem that we're doing is directly related to the straws or whatever you're going to be using today. So I'm going to read it. The first time I read it, you listen. So listen as I read it. Today, everyone will get 7 straw pieces to use in our lesson. Later, you will use your pieces and your partner's pieces together. How many straw pieces will you have to use when you and your partner put them together? So I need to stop and think. Remember cubes? I need to circle my numbers. So the first number I see, today, everyone will get 7 straw pieces. I'm going to circle that because that's important. There's no other numbers that I see that are important. So 7 straw pieces. Wait a minute. You underline the question. So I need to know that I need to answer how many straw pieces will you use when you and your partner put them together. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to answer. B, box the action word. I see this word together here. And as soon as I read that word together, I thought, I'm putting them with something. Kind of like we bundle them, we bring them together. That means I know that I'm going to be adding here. Look at my addition sign right there. Circled, underlined, boxed, evaluate. I need to understand what's happening. I can draw a picture sentence by sentence now, right? So everyone will get 7 straw pieces to use in your lesson. So I'm going to draw myself. I know I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 straws, right? This is me. So I'm going to write me. Then I know later you will use your pieces and your partner's pieces. So I know mine And if I have a partner, that means I need one more person. And we're going to put them together. So one more person would also have this 7. So I'm going to make this into a tape diagram. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and I'm going to make this tape diagram, and this is going to be a P for my partner. Under here, I'm going to put my 7 and my 7. Okay. So I know my 2 parts. Now I need to know how many straw pieces you will have to use when you and your partner put them together. Oh, well, I just need to add them, right? So I'm going to say 7 plus 7. I can either count on, or I can say I know my double stacks. So I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 14. I'm going to put an S for straws. So I'm going to put my line up here, and I have 14 for my total. What would my sentence be to answer the statement? We will have 14 straws all together. That is my complete statement. So as we move through this, we're going to kind of take it away a little bit. So you guys are going to have time to solve them before we go over it. I just wanted to model this one together today because it's been a while since we've done our application problems together, okay? So I'm going to clear off my screen, and we're going to go on to our I forgot. I don't want text. I want to clear. I'm learning this technology with you guys, okay? I'm learning right along with you guys, just technology, not math as much, because I already did this before. So, all right. Today, we're going to make all kinds of different shapes with our straws, or your paper, or your toothpicks, or you can draw them. Whatever you need to do to work with us today in math, as long as you're learning something with us. So I'm going to take some time to look and see what I can make, and I'm not going to keep them flat exactly because I want to show you what I've made already. Okay, I'm going to stop my share so you can see me. So I put some together already, and I made this. I have all of them connected. I made this. I made this. Put some of them together, make different things. And I made this. Okay, so I was able to make a bunch of different shapes. And now I just need to figure out and be able to describe them by their attributes, right? Because that was our whole goal of the day for our objective. So what I want to see here now, let's look at some of the things. So some of the things you could have made were these, what we call an open shape. And these are what we call closed shape. I want you to take a look at them and see if you can figure out why we call them open versus closed. So you can see right here, these ones, all the edges are touching, right? So all the straws touch each other and there are no openings or gaps in the lines. Down here as well for this one, there's no gaps. Over here, well, this one just kind of looks like a Y kind of thing or a fork kind of thing. This one, there's this big opening right here. So it's a gap. So it's an open shape. So some of the shapes that I made were closed and some of them, like this, were open. So when we make shapes, we want to make sure that they're touching because they're not a shape anymore once they aren't touching, because we can't give them a name or say what the name is if they're not touching, okay? So we're going to take a look at some shapes. I want you to think, how would you describe this shape for me? And if you have straws, go ahead and create this shape. You guys should know it. Name it. Yes, this is a triangle. But how would you describe it? Well, I see that there are 1, 2, 3 sides or 3 straws. And then I also see right here, there's 1, 2, 3 corners, or what we call the vertices, right? So what I want you guys to do is, if you've made this, I want you to put dots on the corners like this. This is the corners where each set of the straws meet. Remember, a corner is where the two sides are touching, okay? They're important because they help us describe the attributes. Corners are an important attribute. So now you're gonna go ahead, and once you've put the dots, I want you to move your straws away or whatever you're using, like that. And use a ruler or something so that you can line them up, so that you can draw lines from dot to dot or corner to corner. So each one of these lines is one of our straws, okay? So go ahead and you try it, you finish it. So I finished mine. So we finished all 3 sides. So are there any other shapes that you can make with your straws that have 3 sides? So if you look at this shape, you can see that there's 3 sides, 3 corners. But if we measure these lines are all the same length. This is a triangle that we would call an equilateral triangle because all the sides are the same length or equal, okay? So I was thinking in another shape that I could have drawn that had 3 corners and 3 straight sides, looks like this. I could have used my 2 short pieces with my half piece, okay? So you could make this. So I want you to put top of your paper, or I want you to put the dots in the corners, like this. Move the straw away or whatever you're using, and now draw those lines to connect it. Just like this. Okay, so complete it. So this shape also, we could describe it by its attributes, and it has 3 sides, 3 corners. Awesome. So now I want you to look down here. Make this shape with your pencil, make it with your straws, make it with whatever you got, make this shape. Right. So this shape has, I'm going to count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, and 1, 2, 3, 4 straight sides. Okay, so we have made 3 different shapes so far. We have this triangle that we made, this triangle, and this shape. The shapes we've made have 2 attributes or characteristics in common. What are they? Well, the first 2 have 1, 2, 3 corners. This one has 1, 2, 3 corners, and 1, 2, 3 sides. So these 2 both have the same amount of corners and the same amount of sides. This one is not the same amount of corners or sides, but it does have corners and it does have sides. So these ones down here, you can see they all have, let me draw, they have 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, and 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And every single one of these shapes have 4 corners and 4 straight sides, okay? So I want you to create some of these shapes. You can draw them, you can make them with different objects. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to make these shapes. Okay, so if you made all these shapes, I'm going to down and see. So we can't really combine your shape straws with a partner, but you can come up with other shapes. You can draw different shapes and see what other ones have 4 straight sides and 4 corners that we did not put on our list or have above. Okay. So after you've made some of yours, you can see some of them, all these shapes have 4 straight sides and 4 corners, but some of the corners are a special kind and they are square corners. So let's find them. Square corners are lines that look like this. This one, oops, hold on. This one is a square corner. This one is a square corner. These ones are all square corners. Because if you were to like put a piece of paper in them, the corners would match up perfectly like this, right? But if you look at one like this is not a square corner because the lines are not straight. One of them kind of angles and they're not going perfectly in a square corner. So like these ones are not a square corner and this one is not square corners. But this one, this rectangle and this square, so this is my rectangle and this is my square, they have square corners. Michelle keeps forgetting to click her mouse. It's not letting me move. All right. So what kind of shapes did you make that would not fit with one of our groups of shapes that we already just looked at? Let's show some of them. I can think of one that I could have made earlier, like this. So I tried to draw them as straight as possible, okay? So this one, the ones we looked at had 3 corners and 3 sides, and the other ones had 4 corners and 4 sides. This one doesn't have any of those. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners. So I'm thinking you guys should know this. Some of you guys might know it. This one's a pentagon, right? It has 5 sides. Another one could have been like this shape. Well, this shape doesn't have any, it's not closed, it's an open shape. So we don't really have a name for it. It wouldn't fit with them 4 corners and 4 sides because it doesn't have, it has 1, 2, 3 corners only. And it's not a real shape. It's an open figure. And so we're going to look at some other ones later on, like this one. Ooh. This one. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, which you guys should know is a hexagon, and it also has 6 corners, right? So 6 sides, 6 corners. So we're going to focus just on some of our shapes that have 4 sides, 4 corners, 3 sides, 3 corners today. Oops. Mouse. All right. Let's see if I can do this. So this is our application problems for the day. I'm going to go ahead and read them for you, and then I'm going to give like 10 seconds and read the answers. I know you guys are going to need more than 10 seconds, but for video purposes, if you need more time to write, pause it, okay? So that you can take all the time that you need to make sure you understand. The first one says, circle all the shapes that have 5 straight sides. So go and count them, and you're circling the ones with 5 straight sides. So I'll show you, like, for an example, I know this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that doesn't have 5. This one, oh, I know there's no straight sides there. So just like that, that's what you're gonna do. Then down to number 2, it says circle the shapes that have no straight sides. Remember those straight sides like this? So if they don't have any of these straight sides. So if you need more time, go ahead and take the time you need. Pause the video, and I'm going to go over the answers for these two. So I should have circled this one, and I should have circled this one, and this one, because they all have 5 straight sides. For number 2, I would have had this one, because it's a circle, there's no straight sides. This one, also a circle with no straight sides. This one is also a circle with no straight sides. And then this one has no straight sides. Okay, so those are the answers for 1 and 2. Let's go to this one. Next one says, for number 3, circle the shapes where every corner is that square corner, okay? So none of them are angled like this, they're not out like this, they're square, like the edge of a corner of a paper. And then you get to draw a shape that has 3 straight sides right here. And over at B, draw another shape with 3 straight sides that's different from 4A and the ones up here. So I'm going to give you 10 more seconds, then pause it if you need it. All right, pause it if you need more time. So you should have circled this one, every corner is a square corner, and this one, every corner is a square corner. For a shape that has 3 straight sides, I could have drawn a triangle. And for B, I could have drawn a triangle like this. It's different, it's upside down, it's turned, it's sideways, but they're different, okay? I'm gonna clear this off, and I'm gonna go to the next one. So I want you to look at these and write down. So which attribute or characteristics are all the same for all 4 shapes in group A? And here's group A. So what's the same? What are the same about all these shapes? If you need more time to write or say it, take the time. I'm going to go ahead and type them in. They all have 3 sides, period, so it's a sentence. And then they all have 3 corners, period, because it's a complete sentence, right? So every single one of them has 3 straight sides and 3 corners. All right. Now, go ahead, last page, promise. So for this one, you're going to circle all the shapes that best fit in group A. Remember, this was group A. And we said they all have 3 straight sides and 3 corners. So look at this one. Which one fits? Right. It would be this one. So now it says draw 2 more shapes that would fit in group A. Well, I know they need 3 sides, 3 corners. Draw them. And over here, draw on your paper 1 shape that would not fit with group A. 3 straight sides, 3 corners. Think about it. Pause the video if you need more time, and I'm going to draw what I thought of. So group A, this would fit, and this would fit. Would not fit? Well, a square would fit because it doesn't have 3 sides, 3 corners. Awesome, guys. So you guys did a really great job today. I know this is something that we've talked about before, so I hope this wasn't all new to you, but we're going to build on this knowledge that we just learned about their attributes of corners and sides moving forward for the rest of Module 5. So it's going to be really important that you understand these things. So I'm so glad that you guys got to pick up where we left off and start a new module. And I cannot wait to be able to teach you more new things so that we can grow our brains and be ready for 2nd grade. I'll see you guys tomorrow.